how are you doing? This is your coach Ken.O. I'm here to talk about social health. Many times social health is always neglected. We never think about our social muscle, our social capital. Let me ask you a question. Who is your best friend? Yeah, think about it. And when did you last call your best friend? I hope you're not saying your best friend is your spouse. Well, they should be your best friend, yes, or your girlfriend. But outside your spouse, do you have a best friend? Do you have a confidant? Do you have comrades? Do you have constituents? Some great guys like T.D. Jakes have talked about all those types of friends, and this shows we never exercise our social muscle. And we want to grow this muscle because the more friends you have, the happier you become, and the less friends you have, the more lonely you become, and stress, cortisol hormones, stress hormones keep rising, predisposing you to diseases. So remember, at FFP 360, you want to make sure that you're physically, mentally, and socially healthy. Social health is about the ability, your innate ability to develop meaningful relationships, making friends and keeping friends, finding family members in a family you never knew of when you came to this world, and befriending them, your cousins, your grandparents, your forefathers, grandparents, and all the spectrum around your family. So we have to look at colleagues as well, because you spend 8 hours of your time at work and you spend very little time with your spouse and kids. So you must also think about your relationship within the office environment, the work environment, home environment, your neighborhood, and all of the facets around your social life. So, how many loyal friends do you have? How many loyal family members do you have? How can you cultivate that? So you need to have a structure within your life. Ensure you've got time to meet your spouse every week. Don't cheat yourself staying at home, looking at kids, running up and down watching them and say you've spent a lot of time with your spouse. You actually need to get out, take a walk. If not a walk, ensure you go for a date, have a nice meal, and then you get to communicate. You get out from the political and climate tone setting, talking about what happened yesterday. Did you see that in the news? Did you see that meme? We're going to get from that level and move to a deeper level of communication, as Chapman puts it. So number 2, find time to bond with your kids. At least every 2 weeks, ride the bike with them, do something that is meaningful, and every day get to play with them. Find like 30 minutes to socialize with your kids. Your family comes first. And now let's talk about friends. You have got friends in primary school, friends in high school, friends in university. How many of those friends do you actually keep in touch with? Okay, 1 minute, think about it. Do you remember your best friend in primary school, in high school, in campus, in your former place of work? After the bash, farewell bash, you forget about them. Yes, they say out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, there's that saying. But do you actually keep in touch with your friends? You need to nurture those old friendships. You need to call that classmate, that primary school guy. And one thing that people are doing nowadays, forming WhatsApp groups to rekindle those old relationships, that's a good thing. That is done in a sense of community. But you also need to think about individual friendships. So have time to schedule them every week. Make a call to one of your favorite friends and make it consistent. Friendship is work, but the investment is greater than what you do in stock shares. The other thing is, have time for your chama, friends, your boys club. Have friends around you, like 5 or 6 friends around you, or 2 if you can, or even 1 at the very least, because you can only have 1 or 2 confidants, or 3, not many. But make sure you have an accountability group, people you can meet every week or every other week to just talk about how bad your week was, or how great your week was, or how bad things are, or how good things are. People who can celebrate with you. You need to grow that social muscle. It means calling them. It means buying them lunch. It means visiting them. It actually also means calling your enemy. Those guys who make you feel so bad in the office, at home, your family members, those you really love. If you want to get some level of social healing, get to call them and make amends, make peace with them. Social health is important. So have time for dates. So date your spouse, date your kids, date your friends, date your parents. Don't forget your dad and mom. Those are the most important people you ever got. Make sure once a month, schedule calls with them. Talk to your daddy and mommy. Make them feel good about themselves. Grow and nurture that relationship. It is important. So guys, let's think about it. Next time, post on our timeline on how good your date was and the next date you're going to have. Play games with your boyfriends and girlfriends. Have that small group, even if it's just 2-3 people, not many. And diversify your friends. Diversify. Just like we diversify fruits, you need to diversify friends. Friends in geographical areas. Have some friends even overseas. That is social capital for you. Invest in social capital, and we shall keep giving you tips. One thing, don't always talk about yourself. When you meet people, get to know more about them. The more you know about them, the more you endear themselves to you, the more you endear yourself to them, and you get better friendships. Keep it here, keep it locked. Be socially fit. Don't be antisocial. Don't go to a mat. Don't go to a meeting and keep scrolling your phone. Keep your phone down and engage with someone. Talk to physical people. Socialize.